Good morning, everyone. Today I'm speaking with Colleen Forrester, who is the owner of the Hippie Witch Soap Company. I love the name of that company. It
Thank
makes me
you.
smile every time. And I'm excited to speak to her because this month is all about connecting to nature. And these soaps, well, you'll see through Colleen, but these soaps are wonderful and very mild using natural products. And so I wanted you to know about them. Good morning, Colleen.
Good morning, Anne. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great to see you, to see your face. I haven't
It's
seen you
good
in
to
so
see you
long.
too. It's been a long time. We're due for a little bit outdoor socially distanced visit.
Yes, we are. So tell me about what inspired you to actually start making your own soap.
Oh, good. So as a teenager, I found out one time after taking a shower using a commercial soap that I got at a drugstore,
Mhm.
um, my thighs had a red rash and were itchy and swollen, and I was like, "What is going on?" So we went to the doctor, found out I was sensitive or allergic to it. So after that, my mom started buying the Pears glycerin soap. So I used that for years. And then, Body Shop glycerin soaps. And after moving out to Spencerville 10 years ago, there used to be the Country Christmas Remembered. And so I bought some handmade goat's milk soaps and I love them. And I was trying to think of it this morning. So a few years ago, I'm a creative. I like to make things with my hands. I do a lot of artsy things. And there was a workshop being offered on how to make your own goat's milk soap. And so my mom and I signed up for it. Had to be at least 5 years ago, 6 years, probably 6 or 7 years ago, actually.
Oh yeah.
So it was at a friend, actually, funny enough, a good friend's cousin's homestead called Wild Rose Homestead at the time, up in the North Lanark Highlands. And we drove through this snowstorm in January to get to this place. And it was stunning. I mean, the drive was stunning. And what was really fun about it was that we met the goats. The lady had goats. So we met the goats that provided the milk for the goat's milk soap. And we were learning this course in a 110-year-old farmhouse. And she made like these black bean brownies. And so we each came home with like a sandwich container of soap. And I just loved the whole thing. And the soap was amazing. Like any milk soaps are really nice. So, anyways, fast forward to the end of like November 2016.
Okay.
And or just before that, I just made a batch of lavender goat milk soap because I'm like, okay, I want to try this and do this. And I was just going to make it to give as gifts for family for Christmas. And I was telling at the time I worked for a company in a regional office with two fellows, good guys that I like and still friends with. And they said, well, we'll buy some. I said, what? Because I showed them pictures of it. So, anyways, inadvertently, like without intention, my soap business was born. And at the time, I called it Nature Guild Body Products. As you remembered, Vin was wonderful and supported me by having me have the soaps in the spa for a little bit.
Yes.
And so the recent incarnation is the Hippie Witch, and it became the Hippie Witch in October 2019 because it just felt right. And that's sort of who I am.
Yes.
And I designed the logo, and yeah, it's a better fit. And so, yeah, I wasn't intending to start a business, but I enjoy it. When I make my soaps, you have to be in the right frame of mind to create anything. Otherwise, it's like baking. If you're not in the right frame of mind, it's not going to turn out. So, yeah. So the whole premise behind my business is I do a natural soap. I make the soap from scratch myself using butters and oils. Um, I don't add any colorants. There are natural colorants out there. I just chose to go the natural naked soap avenue. I use essential oils where possible. There are some essential oil. There are some scents like sandalwood. I love sandalwood,
Mm.
but sandalwood is exorbitant. The essential oil is exorbitant to buy, like crazy expensive. So in that instance, I use a really good quality fragrance oil.
Mhm. Okay.
Um, I add, like to my sage soap, I add white sage to lavender. I'll top it with some French lavender buds, that kind of thing. Yeah, so it's a cold process soap I make. And then when I make it, it's ready from a month from the day that I make it. It has to cure.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I have my curing rack in my back room, and the house, when I make soap, it smells like the soaps.
Mhm.
I also offer aromatherapy bath salts. It's a mixture of Himalayan pink salt, Dead Sea salts, and Epsom salts. Then I add essential oils, and you get them in a glass mason jar. I make a grapefruit sugar scrub and hand balm, foot scrub and foot balm, and a whipped body butter. I try and keep my offerings small. I don't want to have a huge, crazy product line. And I don't tend to keep inventory in stock except for some soaps because, the bath salts, the scrubs, the balms, the whipped body butter, I like to make those fresh, and they can, with 24 hours notice, they can be made. And
Mhm.
I'm happy to do up gift packaging for people. I don't charge extra for it. If you're not far, I do delivery for no charge, or curbside pickup or porch pickup. Um, I haven't raised my prices since I started the business. And even with, unless, shipping is starting to get a little exorbitant, like from the supply companies. But until things get really crazy, I don't see any reason to raise my prices. Um, I've kept it very small, very cottage style, because I am a full-time mom and I have a full-time job, single mom, homeowner. So that's sort of, this is my side gig, as people like to call it, but it's a passion. I enjoy doing it. Um, Trying to think.
I'm thinking that this would be really good for Mother's Day. I mean, it's kind of a ways away, but I'm just thinking this is like screaming Mother's Day, like just like
Like,
a little care package or something.
for sure. And I mean, if, for the gardeners, the hand scrub is great, and the balm.
Mhm.
And I was thinking, for Easter, if you want to offer something that's not, chocolate, or in addition to chocolate.
Mhm.
Um, I'm
Yeah.
saying uh, I'm trying to think
So
of
tell
what.
me about the shampoo, because I know for a while you were making shampoo.
Yes, I make shampoo bars.
Yeah.
It's an apple cider vinegar shampoo bar,
Yeah.
and I wanted something. The whole Nature Guild Body Products was the first name because I'm trying to be as, ecological and sustainable as possible. So the nice thing about the shampoo bars is it's made with butters and oils and essential oils. I use rosemary in it because rosemary is good for hair growth and hair health, and bergamot, because the bergamot smells wonderful too. So the rosemary bergamot make a really nice scent combination. And I've got my mother using the bars, and I've got friends, they love it. And I use it myself. I really enjoy it, especially with our well water. It's mineral heavy. And
Yes.
I just use an apple cider vinegar rinse, 1 part vinegar to 2 parts water. I keep a spray bottle in the shower, rinse my hair with it after.
Okay.
And I've got very fine hair. So it gives them some body and volume, which is wonderful. And I'm keeping bottles out of landfills. So uh,
Exactly. And
really,
your packaging, I've seen, I don't know if you've changed it, but your packaging was also environmentally friendly.
you're going to laugh. I wrap my soaps um, in coffee filters,
Oh, is
because
that what?
because I have round soaps, and so with the fluted coffee filter, it's a much easier to wrap it.
It never occurred to me that it was coffee filters.
Yeah, so you can compost it,
Or make it really delicious coffee.
right?
Mm.
So yeah, so that's what I do. And so for the balms and the scrubs and the bath salts and the whipped body butters, I do use glass jars, and I've promoted it before, but nobody's really done it. So what I do is, if you bring back the jars, I will give you 50 cents off each jar, like each product that you
Oh.
bring it back, because I can sterilize the jars
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and reuse them. And bar none, if people don't want to do that, at least they can reuse the jars themselves, or they can be recycled. So
Yeah.
it's a bit costlier in terms of packaging, but I didn't want to get into plastic packaging if I could help it.
Right. And
Yeah.
you had travel canisters as well at some point? Like a
Yeah.
cup
So if
and
if you for the shampoo bars, if some people want to take it traveling, um, it's not as easy. Like, you have to order them in huge quantities. I was lucky; I was gifted some,
okay. Okay.
and I've got a few left that can do small ones.
Mhm.
But bar that, I mean, I have no problem with actually going, I'll go to the dollar store and get soap travel kits for people, or the what I will provide for clients who will buy large amounts of soap, or if it's the first time buying a few bars, I'll buy the I don't know what you call it. Anyways, it's like you put a soap bar on, it's got raised nubs and a hole in it so that you can put the bar of soap on it and the water drains away, so
Yes.
that the bar, it keeps it from disintegrating that much faster. And I usually tell people to keep the bars out of the running water in the shower if possible. Just any soap bar
Yes.
will over time obviously shrink with use, but if it's in the running water, it'll disintegrate that much
And
faster.
it
So
sticks to the shelf if you do that.
yes,
It's because it's goopy and then you put it down and then it hardens and
yeah.
then it's stuck to the shelf.
I use sodium lactate, which is a natural salt
Okay,
in the
cool.
soaps, and it helps in the shampoo bars. It acts as a humectant to provide moisture, and with the actual soap bars, what it does is help provide a harder bar of soap.
Okay.
So, and I don't use palm oil in my soaps. I use coconut oil and olive oils. um, in the shampoo bars, there's mango butter and other different oils and that kind of thing.
Mm. They smell
Yeah.
so yummy.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah,
So,
I enjoy it. I when I make my batches, I do it with the intention of peace, love, and happiness, so everybody's getting that into the batch.
yes, the extra bonus benefit.
Yeah, it's all with intention, right? Everything with intention.
Yes. So if somebody's watching this and they're like, I want one of those, where do they go?
I have a Facebook page, the Hippie Witch Soap Company, so you should be able to find it quite easily. I don't have a website. They can just message me and say, I'm interested in buying this. It's got to work on developing the whole website. Because Facebook has been great, word of mouth. When I'm making batches, I tend to post pictures of the batches I've made and when they'll be ready. And
Yeah. So
yeah,
the different scents, are they listed on your Facebook page? Can they
they're
see?
not, they're not, I need to develop the Facebook page. It was just
Okay.
kind of a quick, here it is. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I mean, I do custom batches for people too.
Okay.
So the latest ones that seem to be quite popular is fennel. So I'll do the fennel, and they've asked for star anise seed on top to just make it pretty.
Okay.
Yeah, but the general offerings, that lavender is a popular one. People love lavender. Patchouli,
Yeah.
sandalwood. I have dragon's blood. Um, what else do I have? God, I have quite
So
a,
do the sage and the sandalwood?
sorry, yes. So I do sandalwood, I do sage. I'm excited because I finally got my hands on. It's very difficult to get sweetgrass.
Oh,
Right. And it's a fragrance oil. I cannot get a sweetgrass essential oil, but
right.
I found sweetgrass fragrance oil, which I was super excited about
Mm.
because it's one of the four medicines.
Mhm.
And that's a nod to my Mi'kmaq heritage.
Yeah, I love
I do cedar as well. Cedar is one of the four medicines. Um, yeah, so I mean, I'm happy to do custom batches for people if it's not
it.
a scent that I offer. I
Yeah.
usually ask for a deposit of half.
Yeah, of course.
And I do half batches or full batches. And I offer goat's milk, or I offer coconut milk. And coconut milk became an offering for vegan friends or people with milk allergies.
Okay.
So it makes a beautiful creamy soap as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can imagine. I
yeah.
love the patchouli one. When you, I had tried a patchouli one. I can't even remember
It was a while ago,
when. It was a while ago, and I was just like, patchouli, really? And then I tried it. I was like, oh, I loved it. I loved it.
right? I know it's a
Smells
good
so
old
good.
hippie standard for a reason. It smells awesome, just like sandalwood. I love sandalwood.
Yes, yes.
I'm
Well,
working on a I'm trying to get to the cauldron. I've had some custom orders, so I want to do a custom hippie witch scent blend
mm,
of
that would be
patchouli, sandalwood, um, myrrh, and frankincense. So I'm going to blend that up and see how it is. Make sure it's not too uh,
yeah,
overpowering.
yes.
And
Oh, that I think that would be a really cool combination. It would
yeah,
smell
and
like Christmas in a way.
right.
I think, yeah.
I think it would smell nice. So I'm gonna try that and see how it goes and do up a batch of that. And also, I've had a request from a friend who was really scent sensitive, sorry,
Mhm.
to do some unscented coconut milk. So I'll be doing up a half batch this weekend of the unscented. So for people who just prefer a super natural soap with no essential oil added or anything,
Yeah.
it's a nice,
So when you say half batch and batch, how many soaps is that?
it's very small. So a half batch generally will yield about 6 to 7 bars of soap,
Okay.
and a full batch will yield about 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's a good size batch
Yeah,
because
I use bar molds. I don't use the loaf mold because with the milk soaps, it's not as it's better to use a bar mold just because of the heat that's generated when it's curing.
yeah, yeah,
So I tend to use bar molds.
yeah, and they're beautiful.
Thanks. Yeah, I invested in some fun ones. I've got some Ohm, and I got some Witch's Cauldron, and some beautiful paisley ones.
Oh, I haven't seen the paisley one.
They're new. They're new. So I think the inaugural Hippie Witch blend will be in the paisley ones.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
makes sense.
Yeah. And I want to offer, I had bought some soaps when I was down in Niagara on the Lake a few years ago from a lavender farm. And they made glycerin soaps. And I bought a bergamot lavender one, and that smelled wonderful. So I think that might be a new scent combination that I'll try as well.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's great. I'm glad that you started this. I remember when you were thinking of starting it, and I'm glad that you went through it and started it, and you've got this line of soaps, and people are enjoying them.
Thank
So
you.
congratulations on doing it.
Thank you. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's fun. And I meet wonderful people, and it really it makes me happy to hear how much they enjoy the product. So it's lovely to get that feedback and knowing that they're enjoying it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. And I'll put the link to your Facebook page so that people can check out what you're working on and order some stuff for Easter or Mother's Day or just as a treat for themselves.
Well, thanks for taking the time to speak with me, and I really appreciate it. It's always great chatting with you.
Yes. Next time, back deck.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too, Colleen.
Thanks,
Bye.
Dan. Bye now.